Now, we are finally starting the very beginning of this. Here we are with the Warrior class, the very start of Dark Souls, the complete series, Book 1, Chapter 1, Episode 1. Now, I think I'm going to take a couple of gratuitous, just small photo capture spots here and there. I'm not sure where I'm going to take my screenshot for each character, so I might do some just for fun, take the HUD off for a minute stuff early on, but that is just fine. Let's see. Where's my HUD toggle? Here we go. Yeah, so just in case that we decide the prison is the place where we want to grab the photos for all of our characters, we can use that. But immediately out the gate, I have to say, this is going to be a wonderful experience. I've played this game a ton. Like, I'm a pretty solid Souls veteran at this point. And one of the things that I have had to encounter is playing through this game naked and afraid. You get accustomed to everything being able to one-shot you, you being able to do no damage to anything, and just the overall worst kind of experience this game can give to you. So, us starting this game as a warrior class in full armor, eventually here we're going to be getting ourselves a shield, and I get my favorite sword of like the entire game franchise series, the basic longsword. I'm starting this playthrough feeling like a god. Like this feels absolutely phenomenal. But that said, I'm sure we will have those feelings dashed when we get to certain places like Honorlando and have to deal with the Honorlando archers. Oh, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm looking forward to this just so much. The diversity of playstyle and, you know, essentially every playstyle. Just getting to go through the game and figure out, hey, this is how things go. With these materials, it's something special, and I've wanted to do this for a long time. Now, in the prologue, I explain, you know, the general set of rules. Right here on this corpse item is the last item that I get to equip on this character. We now have, the entire playthrough's material. So if we look over, we have a longsword, we have a heater shield, we have the warrior class armor set, the leather stuff, and the standard helm. Now, I've gone back and forth on whether or not I want to allow ring options to be placed. And I'm currently leaning towards no. Here's the thing about rings in this game. There are no rings that are absolutely required to play the game, with the exception of one, and we'll get to that. And two, the rings are only meant to make your life easier. They don't necessarily alter the play style. And as I said in the beginning, leveling armor and weapons was fair game because I didn't want to hinder the capability of the playstyle. But I don't necessarily know if I want to benefit the playstyle beyond its standard either. So it's kind of this fine balance right now. I have these materials. How I play this game without rings is going to be a little bit different than if I played the game with rings. And I think we can explore all the rings and all of the weapon and armor combinations that aren't found in the starting classes, enemies, NPCs, bosses, in the community suggested books. I mean, we definitely have the room to go explore all those items and options. You know, heavy resistance builds and that kind of stuff, but I'm still not entirely sold on it. Early on, I don't really need rings, so I still have time to decide on that one item. But consumables of any kind are fair use. And I plan on making use of a few consumables for sure. So everything here, the bows and bolts of any class that has crossbows or bows, I can restock on that pretty infinitely. Rings is the only thing that's up in the air right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So we're gonna let that sit for now. But yeah, overall, super excited for this. With armor and proper weapons, I think early game is gonna go really smoothly. Oh. But you never know. I'm prone to falling off cliffs. Gravity is definitely a big enemy in this game. So we'll see how that goes. I also considered playing through limiting my actions, but I've kind of decided against that. So you'll see early on. I'm pretty adept at parries, ripostes, backstabs, all that jazz. If I were to remove the option to use those abilities, I would then just be playing through the game, you know, dodge, shield up, and then doing counterattacks on the enemies, still doing plenty of damage, and using timed skill ability against common enemies in the game. I don't think being able to riposte makes me any more efficient than should be expected of a player in Dark Souls. If you're struggling with an area in the game, one of the best ways that you can handle that area of the game is by breaking out the L2 and learning how to riposte. So I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to try and limit the gameplay ability here. I think the overall goal is going to be push things to the max and see how far you can take each character build. Now, eventually, we are going to have some... You know what? I have a feeling this right here is going to kill me a couple of times if I try to go up here. So, you know what? Maybe just right here. I want to take a photo shoot. This is where I had in the prologue, yeah. This is where I had one of my characters. Or the thief that I had going through here. Yeah, but none of that looks good. I like the idea of the prison for the starting classes at least. Maybe we can change that up when we get further on into the enemies and NPCs, but
in the ancient legend,
you know what? We're gonna go ahead and skip these cutscenes because we don't need them. Firelink. Now, the start of each game, I will be giving my player character this very, very important item right here. The pendant. As far as I know, there is no other way to obtain this item outside of the starting class menu. So that is the item that we are gathering. It's the most unique one. I know that the thief starts with the master key, so you can have that by just choosing the thief, and you can gain the pendant, so you get double with them. I don't know if you can get the master key in game. You might be able to. It's been a very long time since I've had complete encyclopedic knowledge of the game. But yeah, pendant is our chosen item, and we are going to play through the game with the best routes that I can think of. So early game, coming back into the backside of Firelink Shrine, definitely got to come get all these materials. We can't really use any of the weapons and you know, the talisman, but those homeward bones can definitely be useful early game, as well as some of these soul items. So we're gonna make a suicide dash here. Oh, and you know what? I haven't done this with a medium roll character in so long that I think I might die. Yep. Well, it would appear that I am stuck. Aw. Okay. So, first death of the playthrough. Beautiful. What I want to do is I want to go back through the skeletal, the graveyard area, and I want to grab a couple of soul items. We got to make sure we don't lose those souls, though, that we have right out the gate. Those are important, but it is a little bit of a suicide run, and I haven't done this not heavy rolling. So it's going to be interesting to see, or medium rolling. It's going to be interesting to see if I can actually get this stuff and get out of there. Oh yeah, we're golden. We're running this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. I just wanted the binoculars. Don't eat me. Don't eat me. Oh, it's over. It is game over. Oh! Maybe it's not. Maybe we're doing this. The suicide run. Let's go. I forgot how much slower you are with the medium roll. This could come back to bite me. I don't know. Get to the bonfire. Alright, we're good. Whew. So, early on, I like to do some general prep for the area. I like to clear out everything in Firelink, and then I like to go down to the New Londo Ruins and grab a Firekeeper Soul. This will be the start of basically all of my playthroughs. This is just early game prep for me, and when I have the Master Key, I actually go all the way around. I do prep to essentially unlock the elevator up to Undead Parish, and I go back to the Undead Asylum right out the gate before I even go to Undead Burg, Tarsteam, any of that kind of stuff. But while we're here, this being a warrior class, we are going to have we're going to have a pretty balanced set of vitality, strength, and dex, and I think that's what I want to go with right now, is just kind of stay balanced. Vitality, endurance, strength, and dex. So we're going to stay balanced on that for now. He is going to be our true balance character for this. If I remember correctly, and I have everything mapped out, the knight is going to be a strength dex as well, but it's going to favor strength. And then my hunter is strength dex, but favoring dex. So yeah, we'll be able to have some interesting playthroughs later on, and that does lead me to game progression. So, starting classes, pretty simple. New game, boom, you have everything you need. Every other character that we'll be playing through is going to have the start of the game from New Game Plus. So everything after starting classes is going to be New Game Plus, and that's as far as I'm going to take that. After the completion of a game, I am going to reload the save file from when New Game Plus was achieved on that character, and that's why I had to have every game mapped out for each character going forward. I have to have all the items, weapons, and gear prepped and ready to go on each character that they're going to play through the game as before we kill Gwyn. So whatever warrior is going to be taking on, if he's going to be playing through as, I don't know, an undead knight or something, I have to have all that gear and equipment ready to go before we get to Gwyn. So it's going to be a little tricky, but I've pretty much got it all mapped out at this point. Well, we should be good to go. Now, that said, we just grabbed those homeward bones, and we're going to put one to use immediately. I like to have a little bit more bang for my buck with Estus right out the gate. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to just immediately grab Firekeeper Soul. And we're good. Now we have managed to grab a Firekeeper Soul. We have several soul items, and we're gonna be able to start things just a little bit more bumped up. Now that we've kind of explored our immediate area, there is plenty more to grab in New Londo, but it's tricky and it's a lot of suicide runs. I don't necessarily need to do that. I could go grab those items real quick, but we'll do that. We'll consider that forward progress. So let's go ahead, use up our current held soul items. Oh yeah, I hate that in the remastered. It does gets you out of the screen. Alright, and just like that, we've got another 2,500 souls. Okay. I actually think... So I can do three level ups. $96, $96. Yeah, that's even distribution there. Let's go ahead and just do that. All right, so we are now at what, level 10 for warrior. All right, level 10, and that is where we're going to begin our quest. Level 10, some nice upgrades, and a +1 Estus flask. We are doing good. Woohoo! Oh, missing riposts. I guess missing parries. We'll go for it. I have use for this later. I know it's kind of tricky to come over here, but I do have use for that at a later date. Ah. And we're golden. Nailed it. Done. Now I'm going to have to remember that without the master key, I'm going to be in need of some things. Because I oftentimes when I'm playing solo, the master key is my go-to. But we're going to be needing a couple of extra keys that I normally don't pick up, so I need to remind myself that that is a requirement on this playthrough. Ooh, firebomb, nice. I'll definitely take that. And he has started running. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and make that jump. Yeah, he's running over here. Might as well get him. Oh. Missed. Yeah, if you didn't know, you can definitely make that jump over here. Alright, come on, buddy. Alright. So now we're going to go this way. This is just such a pleasant game. Once you've gotten past the immediate mechanic learning curve where everything isn't just one-shotting you and you don't know how to get out of it, like, it's just a really enjoyable experience. Tink. Tink. Knock them down, grab some rubbish. Big finds. Now, while the primary focus of this game is definitely going to be like strategy, how to, hey, look, this is, you know, a certain build. This is how you get through this problem if you're finding yourself stuck with the same situation. Oh, I just got 20 souls from something. Neat. I'm definitely going to be stopping to do a little bit of, you know, the smelling the roses and enjoying some of the scenery of the game. Even though this is an older title in the Soul series, it is still gorgeous. Alright, let's enjoy this dragon. Woo! Yeah. Now, something else that I've been thinking about, I don't know if each one of these is going to be an attempted, like, completionist playthrough. Like, here we have the wooden shield. I don't really know if I need to come get this, but it's there, and I know it's there, and if I don't pick it up, it might drive me insane. But there's also a lot of items that I really got to go out of my way to get in this game, so I'm not 100% sure if I want to go that route, where I'm actively trying to get everything available to me in the game. I don't know. We'll see. That's one of those I'm not sure about the rings policy kind of question. Man, now I'm second guessing myself on the ring thing. So, like, no, the rings do not technically they don't, like, make or break a gameplay, but they're also not, like, changing too much how you would play with a certain character. So, like, it's just a smart idea to get the rusted iron ring before you go down to the Great Swamp. It's just that is the smart move. However, you can still play by going down to the Great Swamp without that ring. It's just, you know, slightly more difficult. And I do know that I have to do some completionist stuff because, again, we're going to be collecting materials for multiple playthroughs. So, light crossbow, good thing to have. I don't know if I'm going to be playing with that in the future. I may have to. So, you know, good things to have. And as for the rings, I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? And first of all, just noticing the god rays over there, there's a little bit of forest you can see, you know, old crumbling structures. Just, this game is gorgeous. Like, I don't care how old it gets. This game is gorgeous, especially for what it is. You know, it came out in 2011. It's still a masterpiece. So, what I could do, for example, Shiva's bodyguard. I am calling that playthrough the Shadow of the East. I think it may be viable, and I do need to grab this. You know, I may want to do Bottomless Box now too.
Thank you, Kai.
Yeah, let me go ahead and spend some souls. So the Shadow of the East build, so to speak. He has 2 rings. So maybe what I can do is, if a character or playstyle already has a ring, that ring is required and set to that character. However, if I don't have a ring slot used, it's open and available to being added. I think that would provide a good balance. I think that would provide a good balance to the game, because then if I have a character like the warrior, well, the ring slots are just not being utilized, and then I'm not using that aspect of the game at all. That's not what I want to do. I want to explore as many aspects of the game as possible. So we can use rings then. But if I'm playing as like Havel the Rock, I can't take off Havel's ring because I want to use something else. I have to keep Havel's ring on, and then I'm stuck with just one open slot. Same with the Shadow of the East playthrough. He has 2 rings, so effectively my ring slots are permanently used. I like that. We're going to stick with that. Alright. Come on, big guys, let's go. Oh, overhand. Mistimed it. Damn. Let's see if I can... Totally made up for it. Alright. I feel so overpowered with basic materials right now. I know I shouldn't feel overpowered with extremely basic materials, but I really do. I feel really strong with a longsword right now. And I really like it. So, some black fire bombs right here. These are really good options if you're struggling early on with Taurus Demon. Undead Burg gives you 2 really powerful items to fight the first boss. And it's almost unfair how strong it is, especially how the enemies can drop normal fire bombs on top of that. With the black fire bombs and the gold pine resin, you can pretty much insta-kill Taurus Demon with any weapon. No. Possibly 2 fire bombs. But yeah, you can basically insta-kill the Taurus Demon with very little difficulty. So Undead Burg, great place for materials, and if you're struggling on that boss, just go pick up the black fire bombs, and the residence key that I just picked up will let you open this door, and you can come get your gold pine resin right here. Oh, okay. I see how it is. Just gotta wait for the opening. Here it is. They messed up. Wait for them to make the wrong move, and then you can start picking them off one at a time. And I've noticed that if you kind of lock on and then sidestep back and forth on the spear knights, they'll do the forward thrust that's really easy to parry. Now, having gone and got that first +1 Estus flask, we can get nice big chunks of health back from using very little Estus, so good prep early game. Now this guy. Oh, Black Knights. Making sure that you have good parry timings for these is going to be important. If you're not comfortable with parrying yet, go practice on the General Knights, or the General Soldiers. Practice doing that for a while, build up some souls, you know, get a little stronger. And then eventually you'll be able to come down here and just rinse, repeat, parry this thing to death. And done. Oh, Black Knight Sword and a Titanite chunk. Oh, we can't use the Black Knight Sword. But we can equip, to our set rules now, we can equip the Blue Tearstone Ring. Oh man, we got a Black Knight Sword right out the gate. All right, I'm gonna try something stupid. It sometimes works. It also sometimes kills you. You know, fair trade. You can jump right by that barrel. Does Resident... I don't think Residence Key opens this up. It's got to be Master Key. Alright. Let's go ahead and engage in our first boss of the playthrough, Taurus Demon. But not before we attack this crystal lizard that hides in that first barrel. There we go. Ooh, 2 Twinkling Titanite, 2 Titanite shards. We're getting some luck. I think it might be because we have that 1 humanity, which does raise our luck, but very, very cool. All right, so before we go over there to the Taurus Demon area, don't forget these 2 guys. They will shoot the crap out of you with crossbolts, crossbow bolts. They can just be annoying, so make sure you get rid of them before you get after the fight. Now, I am going to show you how to make very quick work of this. You can use the Blackfire bombs. I think I'm going to do something with them a little later. So instead, you come to right about this brick right here. Hit that, step past it, begin the fight. Now let's take a quick watch at damage. 164, yeah, you're doing immense amount of damage two-handing this right now. Enough that you can almost stun lock the Taurus Demon. Done. Gold pine resin makes this fight a joke. It's actually really nice, and it's very strong against most enemies early game. So if you're struggling with something, those 3 gold pine resins in Undead Burg, they will make short work of basically everything. And then let's not forget this item. So we're gonna step over this and then come look at the dragon. Yes! Oh, that's cool. Alright, Solaire buddy. How you doing?
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am... no.
Yes.
The way I see it, our faith in a...
Yes.
pleases me.
Alright, so we have the White Sign Soapstone.
We are in
Right now, right here and now in time, October of 2022. We still don't have the online servers back up for Dark Souls Remastered or Dark Souls 2. The goal of the series was not to limit any kind of interactive gameplay. Actually, the serious goal for this was to be able to play with friends, to leave it open for invasions, to have summons and everything going like that. And I fully plan on having that happen. Right now, Dark Souls 3 has finally had a update and repair to their online servers, so online gameplay is reenacted. Or reactivated. Currently, we're waiting on the same patch to go out for Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I'm sure we will, and it'll be long before we play through this whole game. But once it does go back to live, my gameplay will be open to anybody who wants to play. I wanted the game to feel much more similar to what it would be like playing with friends, rather than a set challenge mode. Again, it's locking myself to a play style, not particularly limiting how we play the game outside of this is what I've chosen to play as. From, I guess, the viewpoint being when we get to a play style where, say, all I can use is like a club, that wasn't I'm limited to. That was for whatever reason, this is the weapon that I have deemed to be the greatest weapon in the game, and I'm going to play with it because I want to. Coming at it from that mindset, everything else is still open and you would use all your resources as possible. But I think I'm going to call things here. We've taken down the Taurus Demon. Next time, we will be making some forward progress, getting up into the Undead Parish and causing some mayhem up there. Going forward, sometimes I will be ending the live stream. I will be right now. I've got some other obligations to do with today. But going forward, I may make a quick pause in the live stream to indicate where the end of a episode for YouTube is going to be, and then continue on from there. But for now, thank you guys for checking things out. I'm super excited for this. It's going to be fantastic. And we will see you guys on the next one. Take care.